Hello all you lovely people and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I set myself a bit of a challenge. If you watched my last video when I fitted the seat base for my friend Becky, I mentioned in there that I was going to go to the Dubs in the Middle festival with Becky and a group of other people. Well, about 4 or 5 days before we were due to leave for the festival, I decided to repair the rust and respray my van totally. Why I did this I have no idea. That's me, impulsive, and I get an idea in my head and I just want to go for it. So yeah, much to Becky's annoyance, as you'll see in this little clip.
So just pulled up to see Ian, and I don't think he actually realises that we're supposed to be leaving for Dubs in the Middle on Thursday, because what the actual fuck?
Yeah, so as you can see, yeah, she was a little bit annoyed that I was rubbing the van down. Popped round to see me, and I've got the van in pieces ready to respray it. So anyway, I'll let you watch the video, I'll let you see how things went, and I'll let you see the end result. Okay, so I have ground back some little rust spots that I had, and I've treated them with some Cure Rust. As you can see, they're going quite dark with the Cure Rust. They go purpley colour when the Cure Rust is doing whatever it does to the rust. Some spots down here as well, but we do have a bit of a problem here. So my sill is all on the floor. I knew the sill was rusted. You can see there how bad it is, and I have got another seal to weld in. Got a bit back there as well. So a friend of mine was going to weld that in for me at some point before obviously I spray it, and got a little bit on this arch as well. But this side of the van is now all flattened down and rubbed down. So I'm going to take the front apart, take the grill off. I've taken these bits off already. I'm going to be very lazy and I'm going to leave the bumper on there and just spray it. This is not a professional job, it's just to get me by for another few years, and just to change it up a little bit really. Yeah, just to treat the little rust spots and sort of change it up a little bit. Yeah, got to rub down that side as well. That side's not as bad rust wise, there's a little bit on the arches. But that is about it really. Well, okay, that's me done for the evening. So the front's all stripped down, headlights off, grills off. I'm going to leave this little centre grill on here because that doesn't actually come out, but I'll just tape that up. To be honest, that doesn't matter if that gets sprayed because the colour I'm going to spray it will go over that. So filled in, I have done this little arch and I did put a bit of primer on there. So I rubbed that down. Still got these bits to rub down here. I'm going to try and put a bit of filler on that rather than weld a whole new sill in, but we'll see what happens with that. I know it's a bit dodgy, but yeah, and we got these bits here, so all the rails all off. The rust on the back, so for now treated. I have actually got a hole in my back door, look. So I don't know what to do with that, because that is actually quite bad there. I don't know if we can cut something out here or if I end up getting a new back door. I really don't know what is worth doing, to be honest. Like I said, this is not a professional job, this is a DIY job at home. Oh, let's swing you around. Yeah, this is just a DIY job at home. I'm not a body work person at all. And it's just to get, Neville's done 200 and something thousand miles now, so this is just to get me by for another few years. Worst come to worst, and it does rust away, everything inside the van can be taken out and put into a different van. So we'll see. Like I said, this should get me through for another few years anyway, so well, fingers crossed anyway. Right, another few hours rubbing the van down. It's taken a long while. So even though I did spray it originally in that epoxy primer stuff, I sprayed it on very thick, very heavy, and it was a very textured finish. Not kind of Raptor textured, but it was textured enough to, you know, you could really feel it as you run your hands across it. So it's taken quite a while for me to rub that down. Still got a little, just a few little patchy bits really, but it is virtually all done now. Most of the repairs are done, most of the rust has been sorted out. Yeah, just got. I'm going to spray it where it is because I've got nowhere else to spray it. So I've got to hope the weather sort of holds out. I know I'm doing it's a big risk because when I done this a couple of years ago and I sprayed it here, no, I rolled it actually, didn't I? When I rolled it here, got a first coat of paint on and it started to rain and washed most of it off. So, but unfortunately, I have got no choice. So anyway, we'll have a quick look round. I'll show you around what I've done so far. So the front is all rubbed down now. It's a bit hard to see from here, but yeah, the front is all flattened down. I think, as I said in the start of the video, the paint that was on there is it was an epoxy primer, a marine grade epoxy primer. I painted it in that because at some point I knew I was going to rub it down and go over it again. So, but yeah, the front is all flattened down. It was a very textured paint stroke coating as well. You see the cillars, so I've gone over that with a bit of black there. I've got to rub that bit of filler down. I forgot about that because the door was slightly open. But yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what it was. There's not a big hole in it. Got to rub these bits of filler down here as well. Got to rub the top half of the van down there and get the solar panel out of the roof. But yeah, this side has got to be rubbed down as well, which I will do tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to leave the we are going to have a slight colour change, but I'm going to leave that a little bit of a secret, and you get to see that at the end. But yeah, there we are, that's where we are today. Yeah, so hopefully just a couple more days of rubbing down, and it should be hopefully the weather holds out, and I'll be able to get some paint on, get everything taped up. So with the rust treatment, what I've done with that, ground everything back, treated it with Cure Rust. I then I filled over that, rubbed that all back, flattened it all out, then went over it with an edge primer, flattened that, and then went over it with a normal primer, and then flattened that with I've used 400 grit to flatten this out. Some of it I've done with like an orbital hand sander, some I've done by hand, and I have gone over it wet sanded as well. So hopefully that keeps the little rust spots at bay for another few years. I know there's only one true way to get rid of it, is to cut them out, but I'm not too worried about that. Obviously the seal was sort of cut out and cut out, it fell out. So there's a bit sort of welded in there. Then went over that with like the fiberglass filler, and then the P38 filler, and rubbed that all back. Etch primer, normal primer, and I just went over that with a matte black spray, just to match it to the inside of the van, because the inside of the van is black, isn't it? The van was originally black. Right, okay, I think that's me done for the evening. I'm wet, I'm cold, and I'm hungry. So. Right, okay, so I've done about as much rubbing down on the van as I can do for now. Well, as much rubbing down, I've flattened it all down. It is literally all ready to spray. Unfortunately, the weather is still shite, so I'm not able to do that yet. Every time we have an hour or two of sun, it then starts raining again, and I'm not going to risk it. When I tried to roller paint the van a couple of years ago, I put my first coat of paint on, and literally after I'd finished, put the roller down, it started raining. You know, it was a beautiful sunny day, and then it started raining. So I'm not going to risk doing that this time. As you can see, I am in my dad's workshop. It's a bit of a mess in here at the moment. I think he's sort of like having a bit of a shift round in here, so it is a bit of a mess. But I've cleared a little space in here. He's actually let me get the compressor out and spray some bits in here. So as you can see, I've got a bonnet down here at the moment. I'm going to spray the bonnet, the back bumper and the front bumper. at least just getting some paint on for the bits that I can take off. I did consider taking the wings off and doing them in here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll see how, if the weather is that bad, I may possibly take things like the wings off, but yeah, I don't think so. Right, okay, this is all flattened down now. I just need to clean that off with some isopropyl alcohol and water, give it a tack wipe over, and yeah, mix some paint up and give it a spray.
Right, here we go.
Right, okay, so the van is all rubbed down now, all repairs done, washed it, it's ready to be wiped down with panel wipe, taped up. I'll give it another little wipe down just to make sure I didn't get no fingerprints on it, and then we're ready to get some paint on today. I don't know whether to risk it or not. It's not meant to rain today, and it's been sunny most of the day, but yeah, look at this. What do I do? I've got to have this done for Thursday. I'm going away Thursday to Dubs in the Middle, and it's got to be done for Thursday because I am not going to drive up there with a van half finished in primer. Kind of wish I hadn't have started it, if I'm honest with you. I'm too impulsive. I am so impulsive. When I get an idea in my head, I have to do it. ADHD for you. Right, I'll let this dry off. I'll get some tape on, and yeah, and then I'll just see what the weather's looking like, to be honest with you, and I might just go for it. We'll see. Well, typically, it's now started to rain, drizzling, so yeah, there's no way that I'm going to be able to put any paint down today. It's raining tomorrow, it's raining Monday and Tuesday as well, so unfortunately I'm not going to get this done before Thursday, so I think that is me out. I don't think I will be going to the festival. I can't even tell you how pissed off I am. I know it's never a good idea to paint a van outside or paint a car outside, you know, given the weather we have, but I don't have any choice, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't really got a lot more to say, to be honest with you. I am just, I'm not very happy. Jarred off, say that. Right, okay. I can't do anything more now until the weather gets better, so unfortunately. So as you probably could tell, I was feeling a little defeated in my last clip. Still am a little bit. Still not very happy with how the weather is treating me. But as you can see, I'm back in the garage. So Dad's garage. Got the bumper here. So I'm going to spray the bumper, front bumper in here. At least I'm getting on with stuff. I'll probably take the back bumper off tomorrow. Get that sprayed as well in here. Then it just leaves the sides. Bonnet is already done. Bonnet has actually come out okay. So out in the daylight, I'll show you when it's back on and it's okay, because it's out under a lean-to at the moment, covered up. But you can't really see where the orange peel effect was. You can't really see it, and it looks actually okay. I'm actually quite happy with it. I mean, I could rub it down and go back over it, but I'm not overly fussed. You know, it's not a showroom finish or anything like that. It's not a show van or anything. Yeah, anyway, I'll show you when it's all back together and everything. I'll do a quick run around and we'll have a look and see how it's turned out. But yeah, I'm not too fussed with that. So anyway, this is all ready to go. So I'll prep this. Is literally now ready to spray. So right, let's get my mask on and get spraying. Well, I forgot to press the button to do the time lapse of me spraying the bumper, but we're all sprayed. As you can see, it's quite glossy at the moment because it's still wet. So, but that should dry down to a nice matte finish. So I am doing, now everybody's seen the two colours, so I am doing the bottom half of the van a matte NATO black, and I'm doing the top half of the van matte goose wing grey, which is like a light grey, so it's not too dissimilar to the colour it was before. If anything, it's a bit lighter, maybe a bit bluer. But yeah, the bumper has actually come out all right. I'm quite chuffed with that. It's TA Paints Military NATO Matte Black. That's right, yeah. And I used 10% clean white spirit thinners for that one. When I used xylene thinners for the other paint, and I was told not to use xylene, so I've changed to the white spirit thinners. I think you have to use like a clean white spirit, I think it was called. I can't remember. But yeah, this is I'm chuffed with how this bumper has turned out. Obviously not the ideal place to spray it because it's in a dirty carriage, as you can see, and I have got a little speck of dust on there, which I can see from here, but it is what it is. Like you say, I keep saying it, it's not a showroom finish, it's not a show van, it's just to get me through for the next couple of years. So, but yeah, it's kind of drying quite matte there. I think that's where the light is kind of not shining on it, but it's hard to see with this. It's not the best light in here, but yeah, I think that will, when that dries, it goes a little bit, you've got a little like tint of grey in there apparently, but yeah, it doesn't look like that there. It actually looks like quite a deep matte black. It might grey a little bit when it's dried, but either, you know, I'm happy with a deep matte black. I think it'll go quite nice with the matte gullwing grey, not gullwing grey, goosewing. I don't know what the difference is between gullwing grey and goosewing grey, don't know. There's probably some difference in there, but yeah, anyway, so I'm done for the evening. I'm going to let this dry and I will come back and have a look tomorrow. Right, okay, so I have the van all taped up, ready to go. Weather's not looking great, but I'm hoping we don't have any rain. But I have got it half under a gazebo. Oh my god, it doesn't look good up there. But we are all taped up and virtually ready to go. So I've wiped it down with my panel wipe. I've just got to tap cloth, mix some paint up, and then yeah, then we're pretty much ready to go. I don't know what to do. That one up there is worrying me. It's kind of going that way, so that has blown over. Oh, I've got 2 days to get this done and then we go to the festival. Right, wish me luck. I'm going for it. now home from work and doing a little bit more on the van this evening. So Sunday I actually managed to get the lower half of the van sprayed. Bonnet has been sprayed, lower half has been sprayed, and I've got the front end all built back up, and I am dead impressed with this. For a home paint job, I am dead impressed. Right, let's stop keeping you in suspense and let's have a look. Yeah, I am really liking how that has turned out. So it's only the front that's built up so far. I am now taping up to spray the top half. So I've got to clean everything down as well, but yes, I am dead chuffed with that. Got a little sticker on there. But yeah, with the I need to get rid of them green calipers. Them green calipers need to go, so I will get them sorted at some point. I might paint them red actually, because they'll match the backlights. But yeah, I am dead happy with that. I love how the gloss sort of contrast. It's a bit hard to see here because of where the van's sitting, but I'll get a better picture when I'll get a better clip when it's all done and back together. But yeah, so far so good. If the top half of the van goes as well as everything else, then yeah, I am dead happy with that. Immensely chuffed. So it is now Tuesday, and Thursday at 12 o'clock we're due to leave for Dubs in the Middle, so I have got to get a move on. Right, okay, now home from work on Wednesday evening. We go tomorrow at 12. Just finished off the rest of the taping up. Panel wiped everything down and tack clothed everything. And I'm now ready to spray the top half. Unfortunately though, again, look, so the sun's been out all day while I've been at work. I come home and it gets like this. Now I'm beginning to think that I was like a real horrible person in a former life or something. Regardless, the paint's going on. You know, if it rains, it rains. I am in the land of now, so right, let's get masked up, get some paint mixed up, and get this paint on. Straight away that's reacted with something on the panel. Put it on that as well. Okay, back again. I know, just after I filmed the intro. The original intro I filmed for this video just vanished into the nether. I don't know where it went. I must have accidentally deleted it. But anyway, as you can see in that last little clip that I filmed with my little Insta360 camera, I started spraying the top half of the van in the grey, and the paint instantly started to react with something. I started getting fish eyes, little like fish eye things coming up all over the top of the wing as I was spraying it. And I couldn't work out what had gone wrong. I cleaned the panel down, I'd wiped it down with panel wipe, I'd prepped it, I'd tack cloth to everything, I hadn't touched it, and I was totally at a whim. This is the night before I was due to leave for the festival. So this is Wednesday night, we were leaving for the festival Thursday at about 12 o'clock. So yeah, I was in a bit of a panic, I didn't know what to do. Luckily, a guy that lives around the corner from where I was, his next door neighbour is a paint sprayer by trade, So on a complete whim, I popped round just to ask him, what do you think this could be? You know, as you can see in this picture, he said, it looks like silicone to me. He said, have you used silicone near the van? I said, well, I haven't, no, you know, I haven't used any silicone, I've sprayed it and that's it. He said, give me half hour or so, I'll pop round and we'll have a look and see if I can help you out. When I popped back to mine, or the van was being sprayed on my parents' driveway because I haven't got the room here, I just suddenly remembered that I had my running boards, before I put the running boards back on the van, I had sprayed tyre shine on them to get them back to like the black colour. And I remember a gust of wind blowing as I sprayed that and thinking to myself, oh God, I hope that didn't go on the black paint because that'll put little shiny specks on it. And I hadn't thought no more about it at all, but it had peppered the whole side of the van. So, you know, this side of the van was covered in the silicone that I'd sprayed on the running board. Anyway, the guy from around the corner come round, he brought some cleaning products with him to get all that off. I cleaned all the van back down, and I haven't time-lapsed spraying the top half of the van because I just didn't have time. But anyway, got it all done and made it to the festival. And to say that I am pleased with how this has turned out is an understatement. It is, I am so happy with it. I've got a newfound love for the van. It's like I've got a new van, and the amount of compliments that I got from friends and from people at the festival was amazing. People couldn't believe that I sprayed that on a driveway in the open air with zero knowledge on how to spray, you know. And like I said, it's just given me a newfound love for my van, and also going to the festival has now given me this huge like burst of confidence to get out there and do more with my van. It's been a bit of a shit year, you know, I've had a bit of a shit year, but now, you know, I am back to the old me. You know, if I'm pretty honest, it's been a bit of a shit 10 years or so for me. I think I've touched on, you know, like having problems with anxiety and that before, and I've done a lot of work on myself over the last year, and I am back to the old me that I was like in my 20s. I'm obviously not 20. My body keeps reminding me that I'm not 20, but anyway, I'll put together a little montage of pictures to show what the van turned out like. So watch them, see what you think. Drop us a like, drop us a comment. If you don't like it, fair enough. You know, I take constructive criticism with grace. You know, so thank you very much everybody for liking and subscribing, and you can probably see from my face and my tone how pleased I am with how this has turned out. So take a look, see what you think. If you haven't already, drop me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.